Hey guys, it's KevyDog4. In my last video, I said that I was not sure if I was going to get this video up before the Thursday night games. However, I had time to make this video. So, here are my predictions for Week 8. Jacksonville versus Tennessee. I originally went with Jacksonville, but then I realized that Tennessee's playing at home, so I think I'm going to go with Tennessee on this game because Jacksonville's defense is really iffy, and their offense as well depends because sometimes Blake Bortles can have a really good game and other times he'll throw a lot of interceptions. So I'm going to go Tennessee because of the home field. Washington and Cincinnati. At first I thought Cincinnati, but Washington's having a better season so far than Cincinnati. Cincinnati has not won, I guess they've won about 3 games, but it just seems like Washington's better at the moment, so I'm going to pick Washington. Arizona and Carolina. I'm picking the Cardinals. I think that they're going to bounce back this week from that tie game against Seattle because Seattle has a good defense, so no, they didn't score any touchdowns. But Seattle was able to hold, or I guess Arizona was able to hold Seattle's offense to only 2 field goals throughout the whole game. So I guess that Arizona's defense, they can hold Seattle to that few points. Think of what they could do to Carolina, who's really struggled this year. So I'm going with Arizona. Detroit and Houston. I'm going to pick Detroit because they have really been under my radar, at least this year. They've quietly been doing really well. Matthew Stafford's been really good. Houston did not have a great game on Monday. And so I'm going to pick Detroit. Seattle and New Orleans. I'm going to pick New Orleans. New Orleans, their offense is really good. It's just their defense that has problems. So if the New Orleans offense can survive the Seattle's defense, then all they have to do is New Orleans defense has got to just hold Seattle to as few points as possible so that the offense can do their job. So I'm going to pick New Orleans because they're playing at home. Kansas City and Indianapolis. Kansas City has also been pretty under my radar this year. They've been a lot better than some people have realized because all I remember was in the first week or 2, I guess they were down by a lot to San Diego, but they ended up coming back. But I just, in the first couple weeks, they didn't really impress me that much for whatever reason. But if you look at their record now, they're pretty solid, and Indianapolis has been struggling of late. I'm going to pick Cincinnati, or Kansas City. Yeah, okay. Jets and Cleveland. I'm pretty sure I said I was never going to pick Cleveland again, but Cleveland is playing the Jets. Cleveland is playing at home. Josh McCown is most likely back because Cody Kessler has not cleared concussion protocol, and McCown has been cleared to play. The Jets lost Geno Smith to an ACL tear last week after his first start of the season. Fitzpatrick clearly has been struggling because he was replaced for the last game. So I think that Cleveland could actually pull this one out, assuming that McCown is not rusty or Kessler plays and that their defense can hold this Jets offense. So, New England and Buffalo. I'm picking New England because this is the only loss that New England had this year. But Jacoby Brissett was the quarterback. It was his second game. He was injured, and he did not throw for many yards at all. And he just didn't really impress me. But now they're playing against, Buffalo's got to face Tom Brady this time. It's not a rookie quarterback. This is the veteran Tom Brady. So I'm picking New England to bounce back against Buffalo here and to take the second game of this season. Okay, Oakland and Tampa Bay. I picked Oakland. Oakland has lost, I think, 2 games all year. Tampa Bay has been off and on good. Yes, Tampa Bay is playing at home, but Oakland has beat some really solid teams, so I'm going to take Oakland in this game. San Diego and Denver. I cannot remember if these teams have played already this year. For some reason, I feel like they have, but I'm not positive. But I'm picking Denver. They have home field. San Diego has been coming on a little bit lately, but sometimes they just make some really stupid mistakes. And since Gary Kubiak is back now, he was back last week, but his presence changed everything. They lost those 2 in a row. 1 because Trevor Siemian was injured. 2 because Gary Kubiak was out with that migraine, so I just think the presence of Gary Kubiak is going to help this team out, and Denver's going to win. So, Green Bay and Atlanta, this I think is going to be a great game, but I'm going to pick Atlanta. They're the home team. Green Bay has had some really interesting offense this year. Aaron Rodgers has fumbled the ball a lot. We'll see. I don't know how good the Atlanta defense is, but I think the home crowd's going to help this team out and maybe shake up the Green Bay offense a bit. So I'm going to pick Atlanta. Philadelphia and Dallas. This is going to be a very evenly matched game as well. And once again, I'm going to use home field advantage to make my pick here for Dallas, because Dallas, I think, still only one game has lost week 1 versus the Giants. Philadelphia, they lost 2 games, but they did beat Minnesota last week. But I think that home field, where these two teams are so evenly matched, I think that the home field advantage is going to help out Dallas here. So I'm going to pick Dallas. Monday night, Minnesota, Chicago. This one's pretty easy for me to pick. Jake Cutler, I guess, is probably going to be back this week because Brian Hoyer's injured, out for like 8 weeks. And that's not going to help Chicago's case at all. Without Brian Hoyer, it's just going to be ugly. And Minnesota has only lost that one game last week. So I'm going to pick them to win this game on Monday night. Buys. There are 6 teams that have buys this week, so there are only 13 games. I was looking at the list of games, and I was just like, that seems like an awfully short amount of games, and I realized there are 6 teams that have buys, so that explains it. But the bye teams are Baltimore and Los Angeles, and Miami and the Giants, Pittsburgh and San Francisco. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave your predictions for this week below, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, if you are an NBA fan, I just finished up a series called 30 Teams in 30 Days, where I made my preseason predictions for each team, and I made a final season prediction as well, and I put that in a separate playlist for the regular season. So go check out all my NBA videos if you like the NBA, and you can also go back and watch my NFL videos from the past 8 weeks. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video.